Hey guys, it is Mark Coe for Monday, 13 November. I just want to make sure and remind everybody we're having an open house Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, followed by probably about 11 a.m. sessions where we're going to talk about a few different topics. One of those three topics is Bitcoin, and I'm certain you've heard a lot about Bitcoin lately. You've seen a lot of news headlines. The reason Bitcoin is of interest to us now is because they're about to have a futures contract traded on the CME. So we're going to be dealing in Bitcoin on the futures exchange. And so we wanted to take a look at it and show you kind of some of the positives and also some of the things to be aware of here. But let's start with understanding that this instrument is going to be a lot more volatile than a lot of things we're used to seeing right now. So just looking at Bitcoin, let's just look from the 1st of November. Let's just talk about some of these moves. Again, a lot of the same mentality, edges, break the edges, a lot of that same look. But just let's look at what an intraday move looks like on Bitcoin here. So percentage-wise, 6,300 to 6,600. That's a 5% move. That looks pretty tame. The next day, November the 2nd, 6,600 to a high of 7,200. That's a 10% move in Bitcoin. The futures exchange are going to have circuit breakers in there, so 7%, 13% are going to be trading pauses, and then if you hit 20%, it's going to be halted for the day. So you'll want to look at your futures contract specs to understand. But part of the great part about what you're going to see in Bitcoin, or what you would anticipate at least being able to see, is this continuation of some volatility. It's a newer instrument. It doesn't have quite the track record of a lot of other things we've been trading. So, the idea that you're going to see some mispricings at times, there's a difference between volatility and tradable volatility, right? A move like this in Bitcoin, now this is middle of the day, and you trade from a high of 7,800 to a low of 7,000. Again, that's better than a 10% move in the period of 2 hours. So to equate that to something that is probably a little more normal to futures traders, crude oil. Percentage wise, that would be like seeing $56 crude followed by $51 crude in the matter of an hour. The reason Bitcoin is so interesting in terms of a shorter term instrument to trade is because it actually moves. We're sitting here looking at a lot of markets all of a sudden that are just tight, tight, tight. You can look at crude oil as a great example today. It's very happy to trade in and around about a 20-cent range, and extremes are closer to like 50 cents. Again, you're talking not even a 1% type of move. Today in Bitcoin, since the open last night, we traded at 5,600 back to 6,800, right? So $1,200 of movement on a $5,600 instrument. You're talking better than 20%. So part of the thing that you're going to need to be very aware of is overextension of moves. You're going to have to be prepared for the volatility if you are going to trade it. But we're going to visit a lot of short-term strategies. Again, remember, this fits right into my wheelhouse of trading. How when I first started was very active day trader in the stocks, in the tech stocks in the late 90s, early 2000s. So this is very familiar territory to me, with maybe a less well-known instrument and something that you're going to see a little expanded volatility. So please join us at like I said, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, followed by afternoon sessions, which should probably be at about 11 a.m. East Coast time. Look forward to having you. A lot of people are already registered, so please come join us, and we'll expand on this Bitcoin discussion. So for now, for Monday, it is Mark Coe, and we'll see you all soon. Cheers.